The thing is, what I'm hearing you say is most of your decisions you are basing on real life, other than listening to what is everybody else doing in the online world. You are borrowing more from real life examples to really dictate how your online business operates.
Yeah.
Because when you're explaining about the tiers, when you're explaining about the experiences with people, you are pulling from real life. And I think almost like we lose focus of that when we go online, right? We almost like now, like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do over here.
You do, you know it. I also explained it, before I went to law school,
Yeah,
before anybody did.
yeah,
You knew if you punched someone,
yeah,
you're probably going to jail.
yeah,
You knew all these things.
yeah,
We know people. We know
Yes.
our careers. We know our training. We know
Yeah.
our hobbies. Chris
Yes.
is a gym rat. The online space
Yeah.
just put labels on it.
yeah,
And suddenly we're like, oh, I have no idea what that is.
yeah,
No. Okay, a lead magnet.
yeah,
That's just a way of saying, hey,
yeah.
this is what my shop sells.
Yes.
It's like a weekly circular from Target.
Yeah,
They're telling you, hey, it's here.
Yeah.
You can come shop, walk in the door.
Yeah.
Similar to, I gave you my name and email.
yes,
Target's not letting me walk out with free stuff. We all know it. And that's the part that,
Yes.
having spent so much money and getting burned in the online world,
yes,
that I realized,
yes.
you know what? I was a perfectly smart, capable human until somebody's webinar told me I couldn't do anything without
yes,
them.
Yes.
Those are the growing pains. I think
Yeah.
a lot of people are,
Yes.
again, trying to find the quick, not necessarily the easy, but they think it's going to be a quicker, it's like the detour or the
Yes.
shortcut to get where they're
Yes.
trying to go.
Yeah.
And they want to believe everything that they're hearing. So yeah, you had plenty of those where you were
Yeah.
buying this course, that course, and
Yeah.
we got to the conclusion that none of this stuff is really paying off.
No.
Right.
None of
Yeah.
it's delivering on what it says it's
No.
going to.
It's finding look at real life. What do I
Yes.
want?
Yeah.
Like I was sharing with you,
Yeah.
I drank the Kool-Aid from
Yes.
Tim Ferriss's 4-Hour Work Week.
Yes.
But his version,
Yeah.
the part that attracted me was the freedom and the
Yeah,
flexibility.
Yes.
But I don't want to move to Bali.
Yes.
I like where I live.
Yes.
I like that my kids are close to their grandparents.
Yes.
So this is what I wanted.
Mm.
But trying to learn from someone whose life was so different
Yes.
didn't work.
Yeah.
For someone to say, oh, set up all these things. Okay, but when are you making lunch? When are you taking baths? When are
Yes.
you cleaning up the boo-boos? When are
Oh,
you
you
going
don't have
grocery
kids.
shopping?
Yeah.
Oh!
You're not me. Okay.
Yeah.
So none of this is making sense because this is La La Land.
Yes. Yes.
So then you're like, okay, in the real world, what do I
Yes.
want? You're not just helping your own family, you're helping all the other families.
Yeah.
I don't know who said it, but you help enough other people get what they want,
Yes.
you'll never
Yes.
need or want, whatever that
Yes,
saying is.
yeah.
I know I'm misdoing it.
And if you know what that saying goes, make sure you comment that in the comment section below. Let us know what that saying is. We have lost it. We're too relaxed at the beach, okay? We don't know what the saying goes. Let us
Yeah.
know.
Who said that?
Yes, and who said that?
Who said that? But it's so doable. There's no cookie cutter.
No.
But we all want the similar thing, I think. Freedom,
Yes.
freedom of choice,
Yeah.
freedom to do what you want,
Yeah.
when you'd like to, with the people that you want to do it with.
Yeah. And I think that's the assurance thing that we are all like when you're new to anything, because you don't know what to expect,
Mm-hmm.
and most people are not really honest about what behind the scene looks like,
Mhm.
right? Right? People put up front, right? Like we all know, Instagram
sales
life,
pitch.
right?
Oh.
Like yeah, Instagram life.
Yeah.
Now I think most of us kind of recognize, oh, we don't buy into that. We know that's not real, right?
Yeah.
And then therefore you're left thinking, then oh, there you go. Look at that. Look at
This is
Okay, have fun. But the thing is, how do you know in the beginning? I think this is always like a question for someone starting up.
Mhm.
I want to start this life, and most of the people will say, yeah, you know what? Before you can have a team, in the beginning, you're going to grind. In the beginning, it's going to be hustle. You're going to have to put in the hours, which maybe to some extent is true
Yeah.
because it's just, you're just going to make a lot more mistakes, whatever, right? So what was your experience in the beginning?
my husband can tell you, I'm a trusting person.
Yes.
And so...
To a fault at times.
To a fault. It was a recorded webinar.
Yes.
That they were telling me was live. And this was 10 years ago. So this was 2011.
Yeah.
We've come a long ways
Yes.
in, 10 years. But I remember the first time I could do that. Buy a Pinterest course.
Yes.
Buy, somebody's $2,000 course.
Yes.
That was the big thing at the time.
And she was buying whatever sounded good.
Yeah.
And then when it came to applying it, it fell short.
Yes.
This was before she had Kajabi. This was when she was trying to
WordPress.
digital
Yeah.
duct tape everything
Yes.
together,
Yeah.
and nothing was talking technology-wise.
Yes.
Well,
And
because
those were some of the biggest growing pains.
Yes.
the people that were teaching it
Yeah.
were teaching their version
Yeah.
of, you just set up your shopping cart.
Yeah.
You failed to mention there were 67 steps.
Yes.
It's
set
the
up
drinking out of a fire
Yes.
hose.
The shopping cart.
Yes.
Well, and they would never teach that part.
No, they will
They would
not.
never lay it
Yes.
out.
Yeah.
If you're going to tell me that the webinar is live when it's totally pre-recorded,
Yes.
you're manipulating me.
Yes.
You're going to manipulate all the rest of your content.
Yeah, it's like we're done.
We're done. Talk to the people that you trust, that that are in your
Yes.
regular world.
Yes.
Bring them into the discussions, because Chris could see things I couldn't see,
Yeah.
but we were two sleep-deprived parents at that point.
Yeah.
The other piece, find people who are similarly situated in life. I was a new mom,
Yes.
married,
Yeah.
wanted to stay in the 50 United States.
Yes.
So to learn from someone who is
Yes.
single, male, no
Yes.
children,
Yes.
that wasn't good. I didn't
Yes.
know that.
Yes.
You didn't know that. Well, you thought
And
that
so
this is who I'd learn from.
Yes.
Right. Oh, look, he's doing it.
Yes.
I mean, thankfully, you got YouTube these
Yes.
days.
Yep.
Find them outside of their sales
Yes.
pages.
Yes.
Give yourself a timer. You know what? I'm not
Yes.
buying this
Until
10
I
days.
find these other places.
or I'm not buying this until I found 10 other videos of them not on their sales page.
That is hard to do. Have you ever bought from, let me know down below if you have been targeted by Facebook ads, because I have, right? And you see the ad and you go like, oh my God, this sounds so good and it's about to end. I better buy it now. And then you go to look for them and you can't find them anywhere and you have no idea what else they do other than the thing they're trying to sell you. Been there. Let me know if you have too.
Well, there's that too, and then there's the old scarcity model,
Yes.
right? Well, you
Yes.
have 3 days
Yes.
to buy this, and then Tamsen and I have those chats because she's also had it where the 3 days was
Yes.
up, and then you got an email from someone that you opted into saying, but I got another deal. So if you had
Yes.
opted in, you actually paid more.
Yes.
And this is again the trust.
Yes.
You learn a lot. You could learn a lot by not buying.
I know, for example, doing sales pages is my biggest, I get blocked because the model that you see, which
Yeah.
tells you is what sells, I don't like. And
Yeah.
every time I've done it, I've hated my own sales pages.
Yeah.
And the portion that I always wonder, how far can you veer off and still be relevant, right? do
Take a look at mine. We veered way off.
And it worked just fine.
Right. But I think that's the other part is
Yes.
there's not
There's more than one
experience
way.
shock
Yeah.
when you join my programs.
That's true.
There's not a whoa.
Who is
She
this?
doesn't look like that on her
Yeah.
sales page. Wow,
Yeah.
her hair. It's like, oh, she had a hat. She had her PBK hat on there.
Yeah.
She had her PBK hat on there because
Yeah.
I don't like to do my hair. Oh, look at that.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's that. How do you want to show up?
So that is very good advice for someone starting up in that, be careful what you buy, who you buy from, and be willing to
Walk away from the sales page.
walk away from the sales page.
They're not going anywhere.
Break their perfectionism and just show up, which is hard.
It is, but it's interesting too because
Yeah.
you and many others, have said to me over the years, I love your branding.
Yes.
This isn't. I'm glad it reads as branding,
Yeah.
but
It's life.
this is
It's just life. Yeah.
And so it's also, how other people are looking at it.
Yeah.
It's not, oh my gosh, I can't believe she didn't show up, and I can't believe, she had kids in the background.
Yeah.
Or, oh, I can't believe she didn't edit that audio.
Yeah.
It's, oh, oh, that it reads as
yeah.
this is the brand.
Yes.
You're like, awesome, because this is the life.
But I suppose brand is supposed to be that way. A brand is supposed to be a representation of who you are, or who people believe you are. Like when somebody said, who is Tamsen, they want to be able to say the truth of who you are, and that shouldn't be different from the reality of who you are. Right? That's a good branding right there. So whenever people are, this strategizing brand work, right here is the example of this is how you do branding. Just show up.
Well, you also go back to elementary school. What are you taught? You're taught to be kind. You're taught to be honest. You're taught to be trusting. All those kinds of things. The same thing goes with this.
Yeah.
And it comes through. Like, people see it as branding.
Yeah.
But if it's truly who you are, it's going to come across in your product, in your membership, in your calls, and all that stuff. Because people are smart. If you are branding yourself as one thing, and you say we're going to have a call, but then you get on the call and it's someone's
assistant.
Yeah.
It's not them, but you paid to have them help you.
Yeah.
That speaks volumes.
That makes it. I mean, actually, you say that. I think I actually decided I wasn't going to work with somebody because exactly that.
Yeah. That's huge.
He emailed me personally to say, I want to work with you. I schedule a call. I get the assistant.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how are you going to know what I need? How are you going to communicate with me right now for us to decide whether we are a good fit or not?
Yep. Right. Even if you are the right-hand person, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm paying for this.
Yes.
This is who I wanted to work with. And if it's not that, that's not what you signed up for.
No, unless you tell me I'm going to work with your team.
Right.
That would be a different thing. That would be a different thing,
Absolutely.
right? Like, then I know I'm going to talk to one of your team members because that's the person most likely I will work with. In which case, I have to know whether the fit is right with that person.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. But I think it also comes down to when people are starting and they look at like, oh, well, that's what we're told. Like, if you're big enough, you won't be on the calls. It'll be the team member. And so it's part of this weird to me status thing.
Yes.
And I'm like, no, my goal has always been keep the business efficient and solid and automated.
Yes.
So that what'd you find now? But you can scale your business and you can grow and you can still show up. If that's important to you and you want to, you can. And it doesn't mean you're less successful. It doesn't mean you're not doing it right. It's, you know what? I don't want to hand off my whiteboard to an assistant of an assistant.
Yeah. But like you say, that has been the hallmark of growth.
Yeah.
If people continue to see you show up as you, they assume, because I've seen a lot of people who have even said we in their language. We will be doing this, and I know there's just them.
Yeah.
Right? Yep. So this idea of we will be doing this, my team and I, call our team, my team and I know it's just this one person.
That person. Yeah.
You have this vision of, if I want to come across as really established, I must have all these things in place, or otherwise I won't. And for most of my, my viewers, they're maybe freelancers, creatives who are working on their own. They're trying to how can I, monetize my talent on without having to build all this big thing.
Yep.
Right?
You don't have to build it big. You need to build it well.
That's a good point.
And finding people that find them outside of the sales page.
Yeah.
Do they know systems?
Yes.
Or do they know, can they say, yep, here's the person that I learned.
Yes.
I use Zapier all the time. Zapier makes you happier. If there's a tool.
Is that a tagline?
That's their tagline.
Oh, that's a good tagline. Yeah,
because
that's a good
you could
one.
never, we'd say, is it Zapier or Zapier?
Yeah.
And a couple years ago, I saw they put the tagline, Zapier makes you happier.
Yes.
It's like, thank you.
Yes.
You've solved the pronunciation issue.
Yes.
But, Zapier is my team.
Yeah.
Because I can say, Zapier,
yes,
go to Kajabi and tell Trello to do this.
Yes.
Trello, tell Google Sheet to do this.
Yeah.
And a lot of those are pre-built. So even if you're not a systems person, if you at least could learn the basics, which are they're not hard.
Yeah.
A couple YouTube videos, you might be okay, good to go. That's a team member.
And that matters. I think when you're talking earlier about the big picture, I think understanding the big picture is really key. Because when people come to my membership with the Baobab experience, the idea is get the full picture, so when you come to build systems, you're not building and then taking it down because you didn't know where you were taking it.
Exactly.
Right? If you don't have the idea of where you're going, that's why I create the framework. If you don't have an idea of where you're going, then you're creating things not knowing.
To rip them out.
Yeah, I learned that the hard way.
Yep.
I learned that the hard way because I have ripped out systems too many times to realize maybe sometimes it's not a good idea to build them too early.
Absolutely.
When you have not experimented enough.
Oh my gosh.
To know what's working, what's not. Right? So I'm always like, go through your experimentation time.
Yes.
Before you put your structures in place.
Oh, and I still do to this day.
Yes.
Again, pick a number and say, let's use it launching, for instance.
Yeah.
Even if you want to go to being open all the time.
Yes.
Evergreen.
Yes.
7-Eleven.
Yes.
24 hours.
Yes.
Find something in real life.
He's over there like shaking his head.
Does anyone want to run a 7-Eleven?
Don't do that.
24 hours a day.
Don't do that.
You don't want to run it in real life?
Yes.
That'd be a good thing to explore, because you probably don't want to run it in your digital life, because you will find a small tweak where you're like, like shopping carts.
Yes.
Everyone says you have to close at midnight. Okay, I closed at midnight.
Yeah.
I'm not awake at midnight.
Yes.
I was like, forget this. I'm going to close at noon.
Yeah.
I'm awake at noon.
Yeah.
I can push close cart.
Yes.
When I'm awake.
Yeah.
But if I had automated.
Yeah.
So I won't even build for clients. They're like, oh, I need you to build this thing. And I'm like, when we run it 5 times, happy to build it.
Yeah.
I'm not building it.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll go find somebody else who will build it, and they'll come back.
Yes.
Months or years later. You were right.
It broke.
It broke. I didn't like it.
Yes.
Because you built a system to support a thing that doesn't support the life that you wanted.
Yeah.
And so you get that burnout. You get the, I feel caged. I don't like this.
Yeah. And I think that is one of the things that actually attracted me to automation, attracted me to systems, is because of that. Being an introverted person, there's only so much I want to keep repeating and doing. And if there's a system for something, there's a simpler way to do it. There is a way I can automate things. That was always so attractive. That's why I jumped in so quick. Only to realize, oh, that is not working how I thought. Okay, let's take that apart. Let's start again. And I've done that a few times to realize maybe not when you're experimenting. Yeah. Maybe not when you're trying to figure out whether I like this thing or not. That's not the time to put any systems in place.
No, that is the time to keep track of your breadcrumbs.
Yes.
Write down what you're doing.
Yes.
Okay, I did 3 of this and 2 of this and 1 of this.
Yeah.
Because just like if you're building a recipe, cookbooks were not, oh, we just wrote it down and it was perfectly the first time we baked it.
Yeah. No.
They tweaked it. Oh, wait, was it a tablespoon or half a tablespoon?
Yes.
Oh, maybe half a teaspoon. Like, ask anyone who's written recipes.
Yes.
You're constantly experimenting. And yet we think, oh, I bought this and by tomorrow it should make me, $85 million.
And if it doesn't work right away, then I need to hire. I'm a failure. I need to hire someone who is going to tell me exactly what I want to hear.
Yes.
And how many times have we heard the story of people who paid the crazy amount of money, expected to have something taken care of, only to find out they got a half-made something or it did nothing. And they have to come back and then they're like, I have less money now, but now I'm ready to listen.
Yes.
Now I know you're not just pushing me off. You're basically you're trying to help me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah.
But you got to be ready for it.
No, I think most of the time we have to be burned a few times. Yeah.
It's sad, but it's probably
it's how we learn.
Yeah.
It's just like kids. Tell them not to do something, they'll do a few times, get hurt, and then come back and say, "Oh, okay.
Yep.
I get it now."
Some of them are quick learners.
Yes.
They only do it once.
Kip touched the fireplace when it was lit. One time.
Yes.
Told him several times, don't go by there.
Yes.
One time, put his hand on it because he looked pretty.
Yes.
Never happened again.
Yeah. That's it.
He told Tad.
Yeah.
And Tad never touched it.
There you go. You see,
Tad listened.
We can spread the message.
Yeah,
that's right.
Tad listened.
So tell me down below, what has been your biggest lesson? What have you learned? Things that you've done, courses that you bought that never worked for you. And I'll be happy to hear it. I'll catch you in the next one.